Thank you for joining our webinar today. We are going to show you how almost anyone can make a fortune betting sports in Vegas. To be hugely successful in sports betting, you need four things. 1. Great handicapping skills. 2. The right betting strategies. 3. Lots of betting opportunities. And 4. A starting bankroll. So let's take them one by one. To understand what a great handicapping skills involve, we should first look at the pros and see what they are doing. Have you ever seen the website VegasInsider.com? It's a pretty neat site. They monitor professional handicappers. They let you choose a date range in a specific sport. As a result, you can sort each sport by the season to see how well the pro handicappers did for each season. What you will find season after season, sport after sport, is that the top handicappers will have a 58% win rate, and the pros as a group collectively will average 52%. However, win rate is not the best way to measure sports betting success. The real measure is average profit per bet. The formula for average profit per bet is pretty straightforward. You take the win rate percentage times the profit that $1 bet yields minus the loss rate percentage. For example, say a pro handicapper had a 58% win rate for the season. You multiply the 58% win rate times 0.909, that's the profit, on a straight bet where you bet 110 to win 100, less the 42% loss rate, gives you an average profit per bet of 10.7%. 10.7% is considered top performance in the sports betting world. You win an average of $10 or $11 for every $100 you bet. In essence, you would have to bet $1 million in order to win $100,000. And that's the average profit per bet for the top handicappers. For the professional handicappers as a group, their win rate is 52%. And when you calculate the average profit per bet, it's minus 1%. In essence, they lose $1 for every $100 they bet. Not a pretty picture. But it's far better than the amateurs, who at best have a collective win rate of 40% and thus lose about $24 for every $100 they bet. So who in Vegas is making the big money in sports betting? The casinos, of course. And that's good, because our mission is not to break the casinos, but just take a piece of their profits. So the more they make, the more we can take. There are a number of reasons why both the pros and amateurs lose money betting sports. I can't share all of them with you in a public forum. Let's just say the deck is stacked against them, and as a result, there is little likelihood their performance will improve in the future. As you will soon see, our handicapping skills far exceed any professional handicapper in the marketplace. Our success in handicapping is based on three key factors: special insights, extensive research, and computer modeling. No one can be a great handicapper. It takes a team of top-notch computer experts and mathematicians just to acquire the data from a variety of different websites, merge the data together, and calculate key indicators. To do all this by hand would take an individual all season for just one Saturday's worth of games. If you don't have those resources, as well as the special insights mentioned before, you are basically betting blind. Most would do better if they just flipped a coin. Besides great handicapping skills, you need the right betting strategies. How you manage the money and what type of bets you make are as important as making the right picks. So what is the right kind of bet? I mean, you have point spread, money line, parlay, round robins, over-unders, first half, second half, teaser cards. The pros prefer the single point spread bet. Amateurs love the parlay. Here's an example of a parlay bet that the amateurs love and the pros hate. A $1,000 bet pays $29,400. 7 and 8 team parlays like this can pay 50 to 100 times the bet. While the payoff is huge, the chance of winning is very small. Vegas gets rich off of parlay bets like this. It's a huge profit center for them. Talk to any casino manager privately and they will tell you the parlay bettors are the fish or suckers. However, if it is structured correctly, the parlay bet is the most powerful and most profitable bet in Vegas. Here's the kind of parlay bet that I like. It is made up of 6 heavy moneyline favorites. Now, no one likes to bet $2,000 to win 100, as the Texas A&M bet requires. You only win 5% of your bet. And for the same reasons, no one likes to bet $1,000 to win 100, a 10% bet, or $800 to win 100, a 12.5% bet. But the magic of this kind of parlay is when you multiply all those small percentages together, they equal something much larger. In this case, they equal 53%. Thus, a $100,000 bet generates a $53,000 profit. Note, that's 53% is 5 times as much as the 10.7% average profit per bet that is considered top performance among the pro handicappers. The money lines on these games are large because the likelihood of the favorite teams losing are about the same as me beating Usain Bolt in a 100-yard dash. Look at the scores on these games: 59, 29, 52, 30, 48, 15. The favorite team is in most of these contests can name their score. They could fumble, throw interceptions, and still beat the other team handily. They are bigger, faster, and stronger teams. So why do the casinos offer these moneyline favorite lines? They do it because most amateurs bet the moneyline underdogs, where they win 7, 10, or 20 times their money if the underdog wins. I'm not suggesting here that the heavy moneyline favorite always wins. They don't. In fact, the underdog wins enough of these games that this betting strategy would be a major disaster for the amateur or pro who lacks the special insights and the team of computer analysts and mathematicians necessary to screen out those games where an upset was a strong possibility. If you have the ability to screen out the potential upsets, then moneyline favorite parlays are a low-risk, high-profit betting strategy. In 2012, we pursued that strategy during the NCAA college football season. Each week, we picked 4, 5, or 6 heavy moneyline favorites and parlayed them together. In doing so, we divided games into 4 basic color categories. Blue games were money lines with between minus 1,000 and minus 10,000. Green games were money lines between minus 350 to minus 990. Orange games were money lines between minus 120 to minus 340. And red games were underdogs and regular spread bets, which were minus 110. We were perfect with blue games, going 43-0. We went 29-2 on green games and 4-0 on orange games. Overall, we were 76-2, or 97.4%. But that's not what's important. Average profit per bet is the real measure. We were plus 55%. That means we won $55 for every $100 bet, 5 times what the pros consider top performance. For 2013, we experimented with different parlay combinations in order to find the best betting strategy. We tried 4 greens and 4 blues, which increased the net profit to 131% on a winning ticket. Then we wrapped a spread bet, that is a red game, with 2 greens and 3 blues. That yielded 212% net profit. Then we wrapped 1 red, a spread bet, with 3 greens and 4 blues, and that yielded 295% net profit. Then we wrapped 2 reds, 2 spread bets that is, with 2 oranges or greens and a bunch of blues, and that yielded 614% net profit. In other words, a $1,000 bet produced $6,000 profit. So here's how 2013 ended up. Once again, we were 100% on blue games, going 74-0. We were 90% on green games, going 52-6. 76% on orange games, going 19-6. And close to 67% on red games, going 66-33. Overall, our win rate was 82%, going 211 wins and 45 losses. But that's not what's important. What's important is our average profit per bet, which in this case was plus 82%, substantially more than 2012's 55%, and 8 times the 10.7% that's considered top performance for the pros. 82% means that we won an average of $82 for every $100 bet. As you can see, we made a lot more picks and bet a lot more parlays. Each week we bet anywhere from 10 to 25 different parlay combinations. Despite the high yields of 2013, where we mixed blue, green, orange, and red picks together in parlays, it's not the best strategy. There's too much risk in these parlays. When all is said and done, the optimal parlay is the one with the lowest risk. That is, parlays made up of only blue and green picks, where we have a combined 95+% success rate in making those picks. The parlay with the lowest risk, as you might expect, is also the parlay with the lowest yield. But this plays right into our investment priorities. Job 1 is preservation of capital. Job 2 is capital growth. A strategy of betting only low-risk, low-yield parlays virtually guarantees capital preservation. The interesting thing is, if there are lots of betting opportunities, the low-risk, low-yield betting strategy actually produces exceptionally high growth yields. It does this through compounding. Albert Einstein once declared, compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. Let me show you why that's true. Here's a compound growth chart that shows the number of betting days against the projected average return on investment per betting day. Now, currently, we're doing about 11-12% as an average return on investment on each betting day. Now, you can see that for 10 betting days, a 11% average ROI gives you a 2.8-fold times your bankroll. 60 betting days at 11% is 524-fold. If you took half of that and you said, okay, at 5% over 60 betting days is 19-fold. These numbers are way off the charts as far as what you would normally see in any kind of investment with as low risk as this has. You can see that 10 betting days at, say, 12% is only a 3.1-fold, where 60 betting days at 5% is 19-fold. So a low-yield, low-risk betting strategy, if you have lots of betting days, will actually turn out a much higher return than a higher yielding but lesser number of betting days. Compound interest is an amazing concept, and that's what this betting strategy allows because it guarantees preservation of capital, but at the same time gets exceptionally high yields that are far, far more than you could ever possibly expect to achieve. To make a fortune in sports betting, as we said before, you need 4 things. The third thing is that we need lots of betting opportunities. So, what sport has the most blue-green betting opportunities and the most betting days? Turns out that college basketball is the perfect sport for this blue-green betting strategy. College basketball has over 300 teams, over 100 betting days, and a whole lot of blue-green betting opportunities. In contrast, pro basketball has 30 teams, over 125 betting days, but has a limited number of blue-green betting opportunities. College football has over 150 teams, a lot of blue-green opportunities, but only 15 major betting days. Pro football has 32 teams, some blue-green betting opportunities, but only 17 major betting days. Pro baseball has 30 teams, over 180 betting days, but no blue-green betting opportunities. Pro hockey has 30 teams, over 150 betting days, but no blue-green betting opportunities. So while college basketball is the perfect sport for this business model, additional betting opportunities and betting days can be mixed in from the NBA, the NFL, and college football. Altogether, college and pro basketball and football offer an 8-month betting season from September through April with over 120 betting days. As you can see from the compound growth chart, we're only showing 60 betting days. You can well imagine what 120 betting days would be like. So the yields and the potential growth are virtually unlimited. If you would like to learn more about this low-risk, high-yield investment opportunity, please contact your investment manager or broker. Thank you for joining the webinar.